We here at Media General, we choose peace, not violence. We choose straight journalism, not censorship. And we choose a straight way for us to make comments, undertake journalism within the ethics as allowed within the 1992 Constitution. And it's where we have to straight away get into the conversation. We have in the studio Gabriela Tete. She's vying for the NDC's communication secretary, officer of the Central Region. And thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
Yeah, all right. The nomination period hasn't started yet. That's a...
No, it has.
It has.
We've already filed and
Okay.
we balloted. I chose number 1, so I'll be number 1 on the ballot sheet, 14th November. So the campaigning has started.
Oh, it has started.
But as a member of the national communication team, I still have commitments at the national level. So I have to run and come for my
you're combining both.
and go back. Yes, it's tiring, but I'm so young, so fire
you
day.
still have a lot of strength.
Fire day.
Fire day.
This morning, prayer day.
Yeah. A lot of things. Yesterday, I was in the whole of Mokola, and the Central Business District is just a pale shadow of itself. And I kept wondering what will happen to the Kayayes, etc., who even have to live on what the retailers tend to do as trading posts. And I found it very sad, a day for myself.
And they live on a daily basis.
Yes, they live on a daily, because they're just giving stipends, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
Well, Loratu Musa Saka is also here. He's a member of government's communication team. She wants me to refer to her position as a member of the MPP's communication team. I've done that as well. Thank you for joining us. It was a hot period last week, but I know that tempers have cooled down so far. I hope you're well.
I'm good.
Yeah, great.
Well, and I don't remember it being that hot. Well, on set though. But
yesterday, one of our colleagues, one of the leading journalists we have our country at Onuya FM and Onuya TV, Captain Smart, was again picked up when he was on his way home in the evening of yesterday by the NIB.
Oh, okay.
The National Investigation Bureau,
He was
formerly
picked up
BNI.
yesterday?
Yes, he was.
Oh, okay.
You are not aware of it?
No, I'm not.
Okay. When we hear, we think it's an affront to press freedom. Because
Why was
sometimes
it-
you get
why
onto
was it-
Facebook
why was
and
he-
sometimes the WhatsApp
Why
messages
was
you
he
get.
picked up?
Oh, he just had his own day on air, commenting and then undertaking a lot of discussions on
And
Galamsey.
he was just picked up just because he made a comment. I don't think that will be the case. I haven't followed. I'll need to get a brief on it before I can comment on it. But for me, I think he being picked up again, I hope his rights were respected too, but I don't have details on it. And what I also heard this morning was a release from Ministry of Information, delinking it from his statement on what he said about the president. So if he was picked up for another thing, I'm not aware of it, but definitely he wasn't picked up in relation to what he said about the president. But, well, let's see how it goes.
All right.
But if you don't know the briefing, how do you know that he said something about the president?
No, there's a statement from Ministry of Information. I didn't know.
You're aware of the
he picked
statement,
up.
but
I'm not aware he was picked up yesterday.
You're aware of this
because
statement? You're aware of the
I
statement?
saw
The brief.
he's on set
Okay.
this morning.
yeah, he is. He was
Yes,
released
he is.
because Media General's leading managers, the chief executive, the CEO, as well as the legal representatives were at the offices of the NIB to get him
okay.
released.
Oh, so that's how come he's... Okay, I
But
saw the statement
shouldn't
this
it be
morning.
problematic that there are procedures under which, within well-written regulations or clauses and sections of our Constitution,
Yes.
for which, if you think a media person has either defamed or undertaken some comments which are libelous, you go through some remits of the... You have the National Media Commission, you have the courts also available. You
But
just...
when,
if you randomly picked up
when
people...
he made those comments against the person of His Excellency, the President, the issue has been taken to Media Commission and also doesn't debar us from seeking legal action. But what was done was report him to his regulator, which is
And you pick him up in the
Media
evening?
Commission. No, when your CEO and all those other people went there, were they told that he was picked up because he made statements against the president? Maybe if you give me that information, I can also further ask, because to the best of my knowledge and from the two statements that the Ministry of Information has released, that's the mouthpiece of government has released. He made statements, we've taken it to the Media Commission. Media Commission is supposed to deal with it. There are other avenues like suing him in court. But the first step is to report him to the regulator. Media houses have a regulator, which is the Media Commission. He was picked up yesterday by the NIB. I don't have a brief on what, and you are telling me now that your CEO and other...
The CEO and the legal representatives of the group and the company.
Was released. Why? What did they tell him? What did they tell them? The reason was. We need to know that, unless we're not told anything. But what I know is it has nothing to do with what he said about His Excellency the President, and that has been made emphatically clear
in the statement.
In the statement.
All right, Gabriela, what do you make of all this?
Well, first of all, I think that is an affront to press freedom, and you may not like Captain Smart's style of journalism, but he says it's upfront, straight in your face, and
it's blunt.
No holds barred. Yes, that's the kind of personality that he is. Even from his time at Adom FM, I had the opportunity to be interviewed once with him with then Minister of State for, Deputy for Gender, Madame Frida Prempe. We were paneled together, and he has very straightforward questions, and there's nothing, zigzaggy about him. Yesterday, after he was picked up, I was expecting that he would have had some explanation as to why he was picked up. As at this morning, I still haven't found any justifiable reason for his being invited to the BNI. I don't know whether it was just some intimidation tactics or it was to divert people's attention from the fact that the word on the street yesterday was that some minister 17 million Ghana cedi galamsey money had been stolen by his driver, and just to turn people's attention.
Well, the minister's name had not been mentioned in the initial statements that came out from the media house, but subsequently there was a press statement from the Western Regional Minister, Ochida Komensa.
Well, no one mentioned his name, but he wrote his own statement, so we can leave it at that. The people of Ghana can decide for themselves.
Right.
But let me just say that, in a democracy, we allow for freedom of expression so that people are able to express their feelings, their opinions, and that is how it is that we progress and we move on. No, wisdom doesn't reside in the head of just one person. So I think that moving forward, we just have to try and understand Captain Smart's kind of journalism. His audience, and he has a large following, interestingly, his audience on TV and online. The last time he was picked up, there was once I was watching him on Facebook. He had about 10,000 eyeball views. The next time he was picked up, I said to myself, these people have made a mistake. This guy is going to hit 20,000 eyeball views. So the day after he was picked up, I was just online watching him, and his eyeball views just kept going up and going up and going up. As much as government thinks that they are hammering down on a journalist, they are rather building up his popularity. And look, currently, if you engage the youth of this country, Roland, the anger seething in them is even more aggressive now.
What are they saying? Oh, well, we also go to town. Let me not just cut you short.
The economy is biting them. Cost of living is strangulating them. They can't see head and tail out of this government. Hope is diminishing by the day. There is no light at the end of the tunnel for us. Our president, when he had his opportunity to address the people of Swami at the shortcutting of the Swami interchange, when he could have had this opportunity when he was live on TV addressing the people of Ghana, instead of rallying the people of Ghana behind his comment that he was going to fix the economy of this country, he rather went and started insulting them. So unpresidential. I mean, the whole governance system of this country is being questioned by the youth, day in, day out. And government and all of us have to start inspiring hope back into this society, because it is just getting worse and worse and worse. Clamping down on a journalist. We've been here in this country, you had, what's his name? Swale, murdered. To this day, there's nothing
no corporate.
On. There's nothing on who caused it. You and he's not the only one. You had this Kaka guy who went to social media and was trying to do his own social media advocacy. Same story. So I think that let's slow down on BNI picking. That thing was so 1980s. We're in the 2000s, for crying out loud. These things have to stop. Intimidating people is not going to fix anything.
Well, I have to say the Constitution also allows us to have the right to free speech. It comes with some responsibilities,
and that's why you have the Media Commission to put journalists in check.
So we have the National Media Commission, we also have the courts.
And go to court.
And you have, but picking them up, no matter the statement they made, you have to go through the recourse as stated by the law. Certainly. And I keep wondering why. Roland, yeah, you wanted to say what?
See, let's be careful how we talk about this.
Well, the gentleman was picked up. I think that we don't have to massage the issue.
Nobody is massaging any issue. When we sit here, we equally speak to Ghanaians and all that. We can go into and build all those conspiracy theories. And those are the things that murky the issues for us. Then at the end of the day, the main issue is not dealt with and all that.
Because there's no main issue raised.
NIB picked him up, right. According to what you said, your CEO...
You said you didn't know about it.
You said according to what you... No, you told me. But
you saw a statement from the Information Ministry.
Of course, I speak for government and I speak for party. I'll see a statement when it's released. I can't talk about something I wasn't aware of. But you are telling me this morning that when he was picked up, your CEO... You
mean from the latter part of yesterday? Listen, you've never heard on social media, read on social media, WhatsApp, wherever platforms you're on, that Captain Smart has been
I checked in very early yesterday because I have to wake up early and be on set. If I have to be on set, I need to be up by 3:30 today. So I checked in quite early yesterday. I saw a statement this morning. I was even wondering what, because I'd seen an earlier statement. But let's put the issue. Nobody's rights in this country, Gabby, please. Nobody's rights in this country must be trampled upon. We all have rights.
But what is being undertaken currently? Being done to Captain Smart is unfair. There are processes and recourse within the law. If a journalist...
If you want us to have a conversation, we can have a conversation.
Go ahead.
But if you don't want us to have a conversation, then I can leave you to say what you're saying. Go on. An issue has happened. NIB is equally a mandated body, a security authority. And I always say, when security authorities take action, it's up to them to come out and explain. So I think this morning what we should be asking of is the NIB to tell us why they picked him up. Because you can't tell me what they told your CEO and the other people who went and got him out.
And you are also not aware why he was picked up.
All the linkages that were being made, that he was picked up because he said ABCD about the president, has been debunked by the spokespersons of the government. So now, NIB owes us the duty to come out and tell us.
Have you ever been addressed by the NIB publicly before?
No, when the police arrest people, they come out to the statement. You get it? You see, you say they have a mandate, so you know what they are supposed to be doing. Why did they pick them? Why did they pick them up? There are certain information they can release to us. For all you know, he could probably be picked up because he himself
was intimidation. You don't think so?
The worst critic of this government is Johnny Hughes. Has Johnny Hughes ever been picked up?
Are you serious?
Has
Johnny Hughes criticizes government?
Every morning.
In his editorial?
In his editorials. He's the worst critic of the moment. But has he ever been picked up? Because we all have...
You mean there are intentions to pick him up?
Please, don't twist and cause any... I said, have you... Because you are saying media freedom and all that. There are people who criticize this government to the core. Have they been picked up?
Also followed.
You get it? Captain Smart was picked up yesterday. He has been released, according to what you're telling me. There's a statement linking all the conspiracy theories that are being built. Why was he picked up? You can't tell me what your big bosses were told. We are all citizens. NIB hasn't told any of us why they picked them up. So the best we can do is ask NIB to tell us why he was picked up. At least he's on air still doing what he does. From what I'm told, he's on air now, doing what he has to do. So it's NIB to tell us why they picked him up. Don't let us try to make it. Gabby will use it for her Central Region Communications Officer campaign and all that, drawing in all kinds of things. Their rights and their responsibilities. Let's draw that clear, because we took it, we build all kinds of propaganda out of it. Then the next moment, the main issue.
Who is doing propaganda? You mean us as media or media general?
Everybody.